All right, we are backstage at the ACMs, and I'm here with Cole Swindell. How's it going?
Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you. So talk to me about this week. I was just thinking how 2 years ago you got engaged, came here, had like one of the biggest nights of your career, and then now we're here 2 years later, you're married and expecting a baby.
I mean, you nailed it. That's it's crazy to think about. You know, just 2 years ago, that was one of the biggest weeks of my life, and then to go on and be married, expecting our first kid, all within that time is just. I don't know, Frisco here, they've been good to us. So it's good to be
I
back.
would say so.
Yeah.
So with the ACMs coming up on Thursday, are you sticking around for the show? Will you be on the red carpet?
I think, we're just here, just hanging out.
Coming in and out?
Promoting, the music, new album, and, probably play some golf tomorrow and get
maybe
back to
watch the
Nashville.
show at home.
Yeah,
okay.
Maybe so. We'll see.
Yeah, we talked to a few artists who are kind of having a little low-key night watching the show at home.
Yeah.
So big summer coming up.
Yeah.
Not only are you expecting your first baby, but your new album, which we've been waiting for a little while now. Spanish Moss. So talk to me about that. Like when I hear that word, I think of like I grew up in Florida.
Yeah.
I know you're a Georgia boy, but it brings me back like home and like driving through the trees with like the moss. It's such like a visual.
It really
thing.
For something things take you back to a certain place, and for me, Spanish Moss, the way that song started, I was on the golf course in Florida, and a buddy of mine, Jordan Minton, who's like, "What's that stuff called again?" I said, "What? Spanish Moss?" And it just reminded me of this special memory with my dad. After leaving his place near Savannah one time, I got back over the other side of Georgia and saw something hanging from a gas tank, and I opened it up, and it was a handful of Spanish moss, and I knew he left that in there. It's just kind of how he was, and so every time I see that, it just reminds me of him. And obviously the song has nothing to do with that story, but that sparked the whole thing, and then ended up being it's one of my favorite songs on the album. It just seemed like a cool title and vibe of the whole album, so we named it that, and it's special to me. And I know Spanish Moss isn't everywhere, but if you see it, it's just I thank God Jordan didn't know what it was called, or we would have never had the song. So
that's so interesting. Who would have thought, just being out there on
that's scary to think about, that if he did not ask that question, there's no chance we would have ever talked about that or written the song, and the album title would be something completely
something
different.
else.
So crazy.
So 21 tracks.
Yeah.
All right, so I always tell like artists now, I'm like, thank you for not making it like 39 songs, because it's like
a lot.
It is a lot, but it's still digestible,
right,
because I feel like that's a good number.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's kind of, things change obviously, and that's the thing. Now, people are being able to put more songs on things, but we didn't go in and just say I'm putting every song we got on there. We did have to narrow it down some, believe it or not, and it just felt complete. I wanted to kind of take through all the stages of life that I've been through, and obviously being married and having a kid on the way. The whole album's not that. It's also about the past and things that I know other people may be going through right now that I'm not, but it doesn't mean I hadn't been there. And that's the beauty of getting to make an album, is to kind of get to sing about so many different things in life, and know that there's somebody out there that needs to hear it right now.
So I know we've already heard a few songs, but is there a song that we haven't heard yet that you're like really, really wanting people to hear when it drops?
Oh man, probably. Dale Jr. Just because the title is so. I don't know what people are thinking, but it's not what you think. I think that one will be special. There's Country Boy Can't Survive. It's probably not what you think either, but that's those are a couple that I think are.
I love those kind of songs though. Yeah, when
titles,
you look at the titles, you're
Dirty
like, what is
Dancing
this?
is another. It's like some of the titles there, you look at them and you wonder, and I think people are going to be surprised when they hear them.
Okay, well, I'm definitely excited. So,
yes.
Happy Hour Sad Tour is that's your biggest tour in a little while.
Yeah,
and headlining.
We had some off time, and it's kind of the plan this year. We weren't expecting that we would be getting ready for a baby, but it kind of worked out that way. Almost, but the baby's due in the fall, so we had to navigate some of that. But honestly, I'm excited to get back out there. Everybody loves some time off, but you miss that. I miss the fans. I miss the road. My guys out there. It's just it's gonna be fun. And having Priscilla, I've been a big fan of Priscilla.
She's
Block,
my girl.
She's amazing. Just one of the coolest people I've ever met. I'm a fan of her music, so to have her out there and her crowd, her fans are diehard, and just it's gonna be amazing to get to do shows with her. And then obviously Graylin James, me and him are boys, one of my favorite songwriters and new artists coming up, and Logan Crosby as well. So should be a fun fall, and if we're anywhere around, y'all come see us.
I think I mapped it out. I think I have to go to Lexington. I think that's the closest
we'd love
to
for
Nashville.
You to come. Yeah.
All right, so with the baby coming on the way, I got to know, are you baby-proofing the bus? What are you doing there?
We've kind of talked about it. I don't know when we'll be bringing the baby out, but I know, Courtney, we've kind of talked about there's some options, but obviously nothing I've ever had to worry about.
Yeah,
so
you might have to call up a few of your friends to get some tips.
Thank God I do have plenty of friends with babies, and they're gonna have plenty of people to ask for advice, I guess. But the bus thing, we've kind of talked about it, and I'm ready for her to get here, and we'll figure the rest out.
Take it as it comes. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm so excited for you.
Thank you.
You're gonna be a sappy dad.
Oh my God!
I can tell now. The tears are gonna flow.
Oh,
I know.
Yeah. I already. People are like, "Are you gonna write songs about it?" I'm like, "Yeah." I mean, I've already got a list full of ideas, but I won't make a baby album. Don't worry. It's just I'm gonna have a few to. I don't know. That's just kind of how I get my feelings out and writing songs. I know there's other people out there that I can just tell the way people talk about it, and it's going to be different and just a life-changing thing, and in the best way. And it's just so great that I'm so fortunate to have some success, but to have my personal life just the way it's been the past couple of years it's more than I could have asked for.
Awesome. Well, we are ready. June 27th, Spanish Moss. Thank you.
Good to see you, Lauren.